Hi everyone, it's Michelle from Scrap Secrets and welcome to the second week of Tool Crush Tuesday. So this is the Tool Crush of the week. This is the Cricut Cuttlebug. If you've never seen it, it is a die cutting and embossing machine. It is a hand crank, so you're going to turn this to do whichever one you're doing, the die cutting or the embossing. It kind of looks like a purse and it's identical on both sides. There's a little lip here. You pull both of the lips down at the same time, and it's supposed, if it's on even surface, it should kind of suction itself down to the surface. If you have the non-stick mat, it will not stick to that. It will slide all over the place, and I've made that mistake several times. But anyway, this machine is absolutely fantastic. I've had it for a couple years now. I had it before I had my Cricut. This is the Explorer. I had the Expression before this, so this was my first die cutting machine, and I absolutely love it. Still use it all the time. So let me put this to the side and show you some of the accessories that you can buy with it. The original plates I have somewhere. They were packed away. I don't think that I ever took them out because I actually got replacement plates to go with them. So this is the Lifestyle Crafts Genius platform. It's magnetic and I absolutely love it. There's one little thing that I don't love about it, and I will show you when I go through it. So the top two mats, this is the B mat. This is the Genius B mat. This is used for embossing folders. So it's a little thinner and it's more flexible, and it does say mat B on it. So there's that mat, and then this is mat A, and as you can see, it is very well loved. There's nothing wrong with it. I flip it over, rotate it, just so that it gets a little bit of even wear and tear. I probably could get a new one, but it's a little bit expensive. I don't know if they have replacement mats for it, but it still works perfectly. You can see all of the dies that are put into it. So this is the mat, and then this is the magnetic platform, and you can see probably on here too, I messed up a couple times and I put the die in the wrong way, so it actually cut into the board instead of into the paper. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put the die down, face up, the blade facing up. So here we're going to do some die cutting, but I'll just show you how to start it off. So these are the clouds. You want to put them face up, and then you want to put a piece of paper over top of it. Then you're going to want to put the A plate on top of it and then run it through the Cuttlebug. Absolutely fantastic. Comes out super detailed. I'm going to show you several different ones. I'm going to show you small cuts. I'm going to show you thin line dies. I'm going to show you the thicker line word dies. And then I'm going to show you a very detailed image to show you guys what it looks like. Also going to show you how to use a die to emboss something, and then I'm also going to show you guys some embossing folders, how to use the embossing folder. So this was one of the Cricut embossing mats. Supposedly you can put this through and it makes an impression on this. I'm going to see if this actually works because I've only used it one other time and I don't know I can't remember how successful it was. So we're going to start out with the 2 word dies, the thicker hello. Now I'm using different dies from all different kinds of companies so that it's not just one, so you can just say, oh, it only works with a certain brand. This is the Lawn Fawn Hello. I believe it's the Scripty Sentiment. This really thin word die is from Simon Says Stamp. I believe it's Christina Werner. I love the delicate font on it. So pretty. And then these clouds, I cannot remember where they are from, but they're neither one of those 2 companies, and they're also not my favorite things, which is the last one, the ice cream one that I just showed you guys. So all of the dies, the cutting lip is up. We're going to put the paper over top of it, and then put down the A plate. You could washi tape these down if you need them in a very specific spot and you don't want it to shift at all, because even though it is magnetic, sometimes the paper does slip a little bit. If you need it to be in an exact spot, that's when you can use some washi tape to hold things down into place. But this, as long as it cuts through, I'm fine. Okay, so now all you're going to do is you're going to turn the handle and let the plates go all the way through. It'll get a little bit more difficult where the dies are. And once it's all the way through, I'm gonna put the Cuttlebug off to the side, and we're going to take the plates off and see what it looks like. All right, so here is the less intricate, the thicker lined word, hello. So you just kind of have to pop out the middle pieces. So there's the hello. Oops. Okay. And this mom is so fine and so little detailed. Sometimes you can just like kind of flick the middle pieces out. Look at how delicate that is and how well that cut. That was one pass through and it wasn't difficult at all. Now my 10-year-old niece crafts with me a lot and she can do this. She can use the machine. So there's one of the little cloud dies. So it cuts teeny tiny little things, little intricate pieces. One of the little cloud dies just fell out of the die. Sometimes they stick in there. Most of the dies have little holes in the back of it, so you can either stick, like sometimes there's a little bit of extra from where the die is connected to another one. You can stick that in and it'll pop, like that one just popped out. You can do that. So there's those pieces, and then I want to show you the very intricate details. Now this is a My Favorite Things die. You can see all the little cross stitching in the ice cream cone. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put the ice cream cone again, the die lip facing up, the cutting plate or cutting edge facing up. Same thing. We are going to run this through the Cuttlebug again and see how much of a detailed image comes out. Again, a little bit more difficult going through where where the die is, but again, nothing that, it's not very difficult at all. Okay, so here, this is just, you know, a little bit of a larger shape than the clouds, and it cuts very nicely. But this is the one that I'm going to just show you guys and show you how detailed this piece really is, if it will pop out. There's also another tool that I got that will probably be in a future tool crush video that helps with that kind of stuff. Popping dies out. So if you look at that detail on there. I'm trying to get it so you guys can see, like, you can see and feel that. You guys obviously can't feel it. That was a dot that's on there, sorry. But there's actually a texture on there. So if you go over this with Distress ink, it really gives it more dimension. That's one of my favorite things to do. So then you can have an ice cream cone, or you could do it in like a brown, or if you're doing like rainbow ones, like they have the rainbow cones, you can do that. So now what I want to try is doing this. So this is a My Favorite Things die, and I thought maybe this would be cute on the front of an envelope where you could actually emboss it, so you could write somebody's address in there. So it's like an address label, but you don't actually have to glue it on top of it. So let's try this one. Put the paper over top of it, and I'm going to use this mat. Now this is meant to be used with the little bit thicker Cuttlebug plates. So I haven't exactly figured out the sandwich, so I'm gonna try the B with this, and let's see if this actually cuts actually embosses it. You have to go back over it maybe 1 or 2 times. Sometimes you can go over it a couple times if you don't think that it's cut out, or if it's a super intricate die. You can go over it a couple times, but usually you don't need to. So let's take this off, and voila, it has embossed that image into the paper. So this side is raised and this side is indented. So that would look really pretty on an envelope where you could address something to somebody, and you don't have to cut it out to put it on the front. See that? And then the last thing that I wanted to show you was an embossing folder. So this is a Cuttlebug embossing folder. It's just X's and O's. what you want to do is place your paper inside of it, and then you're going to use the B mat without this piece because it's not a die, it's an embossing folder, so it's a little bit thicker. And you're going to do the same thing, bring the Cuttlebug over, and you're going to run it through, and there you go. Run it through a second time, go forward and backwards. Now there are ones, Vagabonds, which are, I believe they're Tim Holtz, that are electronic, but I like the crank ones. I don't mind doing it. And then here is the embossed piece. So, okay, that is the Cuttlebug. That's one of my absolute favorite tools. I use it in a lot of projects and a lot of scrapbooking pages. A lot of backs of cards are embossed, a lot of small die cutting pieces when I don't feel like taking out the whole Cricut and designing something, when I just want something real quick and I know I have a die for it that will be perfectly sized to that project, I use the Cuttlebug. So thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to being able to share more tool crushes in the coming weeks. If there's anything that you want to see that you think that I have or that I've shown in other videos and you want to see it be featured in Tool Crush, please leave a comment below and let me know. And I will see you guys again real soon. Bye!